Hey, what's going on, guys? Zombie Slayer here, coming at you with a new deck tech on a deck that I just put together, which is my mono green ramp slash landfall deck. So, I put this list together about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I started to build it. I have almost the entire deck finished, but I still have some cards coming in the mail, so I do have proxies of cards in this deck. So I just decided to make a deck list on it. I've been really enjoying how this deck interacts, and I think this is a fun deck to play. It's very powerful. I think it's quite competitive, and yeah, let's get into the deck list. So we have 4 Elvish Mystics, so pretty basic. Everybody knows what Mystic does. 1 green for a 1/1 adds a green to your mana pool. Nothing too special. Then we have 4 Glazing Greathearts. So 3 mana for a 2/2 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you gain under your control, you gain 2 life. Pretty good, helps stabilize against more aggressive decks, and I think it's just a powerful card altogether. If you can keep it protected and have it stick for a little while, and then once you have multiples, it gets ridiculous. We have 4 Karametra's Acolytes. Adds an amount of green to your mana pool equal to your devotion to green. 4 mana for a 1/4. Good blocker, excellent ramp, and just a great card. Next, we have 4 Rampaging Baloths. So this is 6 mana for a 6/6 with trample and landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 4/4 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. So this guy's one of your win conditions. The main point of this deck is to put out as many lands as possible and get as many landfall triggers off of Rampaging Baloths and cards like Zendikar's Royal and Primeval Bounty and Nissa, Genesis Hydra, whatever you have. Just you basically just want to play as many lands as possible. Next, we have a playset of Genesis Hydra. So this guy is a 2 mana and X/0/0 Plant Hydra. When this card enters the battlefield, you may reveal the top X cards of your library. You may play a non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield, and shuffle your rest into your library. And he comes in with X/1/1 counters, so he just helps put out your win conditions. He can search out for Nissa, Rampaging Baloth, Zendikar's Royal, Primeval Bounty, Nylea, something. He just helps. He's kind of the green tutor spell, if you can consider him that. Next, we have 1 Nissa Vastwood Seer / Sage Animist. So Nissa Vastwood Seer is a 3 mana 2/2 legendary creature elf scout. When she enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest card, put it in your hand, shuffle your library, and when a land enters the battlefield under your control, if there are 7 more lands, you may exile her and put her onto the battlefield transformed under her owner's control. So then you get Nissa Sage Animist. 3 Loyalty Planeswalker with a +1. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it on the battlefield, otherwise put it in your hand. -2 is put a legendary 4/4 green elemental token named Ashaya the Awoken World onto the battlefield. And -7, untap 6 target lands. They become 6/6 elemental creatures. They are still lands. So she's just an amazing card. Just her mana fixing is amazing in this deck. Her +1 when she transforms and just when she enters in the battlefield, she's just an amazing card. Then for the last creature, we have 1 Nylea, God of the Hunt. 4 mana for a 6/6, indestructible. If the devotion is not 5 or greater, she's not a creature. Other creatures gain trample. And you can pay for a target creature to get +2/+2 until end of turn. So, pretty self-explanatory. Big stompy green creature. Yeah. Then we're running 3 artifacts, which are Sword of the Animist. So it's 2 mana for a legendary artifact equipment. Has an equip cost of 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and when equipped creature attacks, you may search your library, put a basic land card from your library onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. So this just helps trigger your landfall, and just gets like your Baloths and your Hydras, and just gets in for a little bit more damage. Then we have 3 Zendikar's Royals to start off with the enchantments. Zendikar's Royal is a 5-costing enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you may put a 2/2 green elemental creature token onto the battlefield. So, same thing as Rampaging Baloth, just spams the field with tokens when you play your lands. So just an amazing card. Then we have 2 Primeval Bounties. So 6-costing enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may put a 3/3 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. When you cast a non-creature spell, you may put 3 +1/+1 counters on a target creature you control. And when a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life. So it's basically Rampaging Baloth and Grazing Gladeheart put together in one creature. So it's just an excellent card to help stabilize your life and help spam your board. Then we got our instants and sorceries. So we got 3 Rampant Growths. Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, shuffle your library for 2 mana. Pretty self-explanatory why it's in this deck. Same thing with Cultivate, 3 mana for sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other one into your hand, and shuffle your library. And then we got the land base, which is pretty simple. We have 4 Evolving Wilds. Get more landfall triggers off of it, and it just helps get your mana onto the battlefield faster. 2 Nykthos, it's mono green, pretty self-explanatory. Great card. And then we have 18 Forests. So, that's the deck list, guys. I'm sorry that I couldn't have this deck list completed when I put this on YouTube, but I have the cards coming in the mail, so this deck is completed. I actually really enjoy this deck. I really, really hope this deck does well when I get the cards and I can play test with it. So other than that, leave a comment on what you think of this deck. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, help out the channel. And this is Zombie Slayer 839 signing off. Peace.